Um, I think it's logical to start by introducing myself and saying, so it will be clear why do I want to do that specific thing for my final project. So I was studying architecture, interior architecture, and I'm doing my MAs in graphic design. So I decided to combine these two areas and add some graphic elements in existing architecture. And this actually is the uni that I'm studying now. So the first question was, who were the ones who actually did it first? So this Massimo Vignelli, an Italian graphic designer, who is now is involved with lots of design areas, starting from packaging design, adding with houseware design. Next were Chermayeff and Geismar, who are based in New York, and they starting the first jump from graphic design was doing some installations in museums mostly, and then they got into environmental design and wayfinding. So space is that word that's always in my mind, and I'm always trying to find out what is space and what's the words that are actually related to it. So I came up with the words as solitude, missing, clean, pure, white, heaven, abundance, openness and calmness. So speaking about abundance and openness, I came up with questioning myself, what is an empty space? And so empty space has obviously something to do with emptiness, but it's already a shape. It has a context and adds quality and function, or the designers adds that things to it. But I think that space starts to work when a figure is placed in it. So starting reading books, and the first one was the Elements of Graphic Design. So the design components are unity, gestalt, space, dominance, hierarchy, balance and colors. So unity is when the shapes are working together. Gestalt is German word to describe that design is actually working, that how should I say it, it's whole, the design wholeness. Space is something that I spoke before. Dominance is closely related to that word that's mostly used as contrast. So it is, and dominance and hierarchy are also linked together, because all about what is most important, less and least. But there has to be a balance. It could be symmetrical or asymmetrical or overall. And last but not least, speaking about colors, colors give emphasis and they guide us in a way. The second book that I read was Nature of Design, and it spoke about elements, the unity and variety, the grouping, the contrast, the context and the scale, the balance, the placement, the proportion and the meaning of design in general. So elements, we usually think about them as something abstract. We see the lines, the shapes, the colors, the lights of it, and all that added with the values and the texture is what actually creates our visual world. Unity and variety. I spoke about unity before, and so I won't repeat myself, but I'd like to say a quote that I read in that book, and it said that it is all about finding a balance. So we'll come back to balance, but I'd like to point out that design should not be sameness, because that it makes it a bit boring. Grouping could be achieved by adding elements together by using proximity or overlapping. Contrast, I spoke about contrast before, but I haven't spoken about context and scale. So let's say that context and scale, of placement and proportion, it's all about that what we say a golden section or a one-to-one relationship or a human scale. And all that adds that rhythm to the design, and we end up with having some textures or some patterns, and it starts being alive. But all of that would not make sense if there was no meaning. And let me read a quote that I read there. It said, "Design can evoke an emotional response. It is about communication on many levels." So, if design is not sending a message, then it's not working. Let me speak about environmental design, because that's the area that I will be involved in. So it combines architectural design, graphic design, interior design, industrial design, some landscape, and last but not least, visual aspects of wayfinding. So yeah, let me introduce you some projects that I came across with. So this is the Underground project by Elliot H. and Associates Architecture in Oklahoma, USA, 2007. As you can see, the colorful lighting and wayfinding graphics dispel the image of dark and dangerous underground tunnels, transforming this place into an enjoyable place to walk. Yeah, next one was Black Box project by Parasite Studio in Romania, 2010. So this vibrant lighting further enhances and enlivens the patterns and colors that spread across the dark space, and it is done for patrons enjoying games, and it is an extraordinary environment separated from outside world. Yeah, next one was Carballet Elementary School by Stan Hoffman, architect in Berlin, 2008. So in this elementary school, play helps to bring creativity in children by incorporating it into the learning process. It is a unique and educational environment that takes advantage of the audiovisual experience. So it also has to do with children searching and testing their senses. National Children's Hospital by Formation Ralph Applebaum Associates was started in US in 2007, and it's still not ready yet, because they're hoping for everything to be done till 2018. So it is the children's hospital, but the vibrant colors and the comprehensive wayfinding, it is what makes children forget where they actually are. The National Historical City Center by Museum Architects and GmbH in Germany, 2007. As you can see, designers trying to find a way of forcing people find the way by themselves without making them being swamped with being swamped as if they were in an airport. So that's the kind of information that you have to make your mind work a bit. Mirvac, Western Australia by Brand Culture in 2007. So these designers create an environment to inspire and hospitate business. So I'd like to add that this Mirvac's was called slogan was and still is connectivity. So they do have another office in the opposite side, in the eastern side, and they are somehow connected between the interiors. Mayor Office by Bureau North Australia, 2008. It's the largest apartment store in Australia, and the designers, what they did, they were focused on using the black and white colors, but still each and every level of that apartment was having a taste of different century. And yeah, last but not least, Bandaré by I-291 Standard in Netherlands, 2008. So Netherlands base their attention between freedom and this sense of security. So in this school, all of that exists, but they also trying to reflect that name of it, that in Greek means that everything's fluid, everything is changing, into this environment. So everything is quite flexible, and as you can see, the typography is quite merged and mixed between itself. So yeah, and everything's kind of have that movement, and yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.